Thank you for being here tonight. Today we will be sharing information on the newly proposed Title I budget and how it impacts our students, staff, and the school's vision this coming year. Our objectives during this meeting will be to compare the initial Title I budget submitted and how it compares to our revised Title I budget. We will look at data used to develop the revised budget and consider the new expenditures and budget cuts. Next, we will consider how this newly revised budget provides for continued improvement and upholds our school's vision and goals. And finally, we will consider how the proposed changes support student achievement and engagement. It is never easy to make tough decisions that impact people's livelihoods. However, budget cuts in the Title I funding have resulted in a mandatory 10% restructuring of funds and the reduction of one teaching position, resulting in a shift of restructured funds. This is a reduction of the originally proposed Title I budget by $98,254.50. Let's take a look at the initially proposed Title I budget and how it compares to the revised budget we will be working with in the coming year. The developing of a school budget is comprised of both revenues and expenditures. This means allocating funding into specific categories to best support student learning outcomes and the school's vision. This process can be difficult, such as deciding where staff cuts might be made while still offering the best opportunities for our students to receive the additional support provided through Title I and receive the highest quality of education available. With the limited funding to pay for these allocations, prioritized distributions to meet targeted areas have been allocated in the revised Title I budget. As you first compare the two budgets, you can see the first sectional clip of the Title I funding expenditures shows the elimination of one paraprofessional position. This choice was made as part of the 10% reduction in allocated funding. The elimination of a paraprofessional from the budget was not an easy choice, as any eliminations of a staff potentially impacts their well-being. Since this was not a currently held position, the cut, while still difficult, allowed for the funding to be allocated for keeping another position. You will also see the reduction in funding for software. These cuts reduce some software purchasing options. However, the district does provide a variety of personalized learning software resources that can be utilized to fill these gaps. These two reductions in funding allow us to keep 3 of the 4 initially planned for certified teachers to provide after-school tutoring for our most in-need students. In this next section, we can see a reduction of 1 certified teacher for after-school tutoring. The offering of after-school tutoring by 3 certified teachers and the support of an instructional paraprofessional is an essential part of meeting the needs of our minimally and partially proficient students. These positions were deemed vital to achieve the desired academic achievement goals for our students. Our most recent Arizona State test results for ELA and mathematics showed that students entering middle school in our district demonstrated more than 50% falling below proficiency in ELA statewide, with 65% of that being in the Yuma area. Similarly, 69% fell below proficiency in mathematics statewide, with 78% being from Yuma. Even more concerning were our students who are identified in the subcategory groups of special education and English language learners, placing significantly lower, scoring 89% for the state in ELA and 93% in Yuma. The data further demonstrated 89% in mathematics for the state, with 91% in the Yuma area schools. For this reason, we felt it necessary to ensure after-hours tutoring be maintained, even if it was necessary to reduce the number of certified teachers providing service. Tutoring provides students more specialized, small group, or one-on-one individualized attention than they would get in a crowded classroom environment. It is also an opportunity for students who are not challenged enough in the general classroom setting to receive some extra support. The instructional materials costs have also been adjusted accordingly to meet the 5% allocations mandated by Title I, and for any needed instructional materials to be purchased to support this after-school program. Under the heading of instructional staff training, we have also noticed that the funding and noted for AVID training has been reduced by half. It was initially planned for 10 of our certified staff members to attend a 3-day training in San Diego, California. The AVID program teaches educators skills and strategies to aid in building interpersonal relationships, nurture student-centered teaching strategies, and engage students. By offering more exciting learning opportunities, students learn to think outside the box. This 3-day workshop begins with teaching educators how to rethink learning and in developing a site team to implement a systematic approach to college and career readiness for students of all learning abilities. These strategies and skills learned can then be taught to all students of varying abilities, teaching them organizational skills, building rigor, and learning personalized steps to advance their own understanding. AVID works to train educators through fun and engaging activities that they can share with their students, teaches them to use encouragement and practice critical thinking skills and challenge their own personal preperceived limitations. These teachers then come back and teach other teachers or guide them and their teams on the strategies they learned to begin school-wide implementation. With this cut, we have some extra funds remaining to procure additional materials for use in the classroom that teachers would have otherwise had to purchase on their own, thus reducing the burden on their own personal funds. In this final section comparison, we look at special education and our English language learner resource teacher positions for instruction and curriculum. We had presented an initial recommendation of 2 specialized teachers. These positions would have offered our most struggling population with specifically trained educators to meet their learning needs and provide intervention services. The projected 404 students expected this coming year are currently supported by a staff of 15 certified educators, with 10 for special education and 5 for our English language learners. The 10 teachers for special education serve 266 students with an average class size of 26 students in level 3, 15 in level 4, and 4 students in level 5. The additional proposed teachers would have offered the special ed teachers serving our students a reduced class size count to 22. With this revised budget, the class size count will move to 24, still offering more in-class support in the general education setting than original. One thing that we were able to carry over from the initially proposed budget to the revised budget is the addition of a student and family intervention resource teacher. This is one area that we felt very strongly about keeping in our budget. These positions would help connect our struggling populace to meet their learning needs and offer intervention services not only to the students, but to their families. Rather, the students have exceptionalities, face homelessness, or low income, meeting them where their needs are is an essential part of improving our student achievement and building family engagement for the future. This supports ESA, ESEA, and as authorized by the No Child Left Behind Act, promotes academic achievement aligned with state standards. So what does this mean for our schools? Well, upon reviewing the proposed Title I budget reduction of $55,932 for one teacher's salary, including retirement, FICA insurance, and other costs, and an additional $42,322.50 was eliminated from the funding, fulfilling the remaining 10% reduction. We do not lose any of our current core staffing with these changes. The restructured Title I budget offers the following additions to our budget. This means that we have the benefit of adding an additional language arts and math teacher to our campus. These 2 positions will allow for smaller class sizes, Research shows that a reduction in class sizes can be a driving force towards meeting our school's vision and goals for our students.
My hair looks horrid.
This will help reduce class sizes and allow us to restructure the layout of classes and provide more personalized learning opportunities to take place. When reviewing the state assessment scores, it was clear that the addition of a second reading teacher to provide intervention services to our bubble students, those that are on the edge of making the transition between minimally to partially proficient or from partially proficient to proficient, who do not qualify for specialized instructions under special education or English language learners, was an essential need to support our school's vision and mission of maintaining high standards of achievement, fostering lifelong learners, and promoting responsible citizens through mutual cooperation of our school community. As mentioned earlier, the new Title I budget also provides for the addition of 2 specialized resource teachers. One position will focus on interventions and curriculum support, and the second on students and family intervention services to support those in need. The impact of the 10% funding reduction, which resulted in the elimination of 1 paraprofessional, reduced after-hours tutoring to 3 certified teachers and 1 paraprofessional, and cut teacher training in half, seems like a huge blow to our school. If we look at the benefits, though, of these positions added instead of what was unable to be added, we are actually gaining many opportunities to bring rigor, collaboration, and engaging activities to all of our students. As funding remains a concern each year, working together with our community, sharing ideas, keeping the lines of communication open, and building collaboration opportunities with stakeholders and our students is an essential part of meeting our students' needs and achieving our school's vision. As we go forward each year, we must keep in mind that at the forefront of our mission and vision is meeting our students' needs. We truly live in a great community, and families who visit are seeing that. Our schools are the future. If we remember these points, then we are sure to keep kids at the focus of our future planning, budgeting, and advancement. Whether that be through STEM or STEAM activities, professional development, student activities, community collaboration, site collaborations and celebrations, or school funding, taking what we have and finding ways to creatively adapt to the never-ending or changing needs of our school and students is the basis for developing and maintaining a continuous improvement plan, something we do not currently have in our district. It all begins with changing our mindset. Together, we can help shape the future of learning through our collaboration of ideas and knowledge. The question is, how can you help make a difference? Thank you for coming tonight. We appreciate your time and support. Please drive safely and have a good night.